And we're live.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 406 Budcast. You've got myself, Hannah Rome, Daniel Rome, Nate Pierce over here, Tanaki, our usual, Michelle behind the camera, just us today. Adam is out for the evening, missing him tonight. But we've got a great show for you guys. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
Montana vibes under the big sky. 406 Budcast gonna get you high. Adam and Tanaki and Nate bringing the heat, no time to wait. From the mountains to the plains, fucking up, break your chains. Every topic, every strain in this cannabis domain. 406 Budcast, let's celebrate. Rolling up, it's time to celebrate. Adam and Tanaki and Nate in Montana, we dominate. From the soul of the villas, we're on the map. Lighting up the scene, ain't no cap. Hip-hop beats in the background as we drop knowledge profound. From CBD to THC, we're breaking down the chemistry in this podcast symphony. Come join our THC family.
All right, folks. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the 406 Organics or 406 Budcast. Today we're going to be going over 406 Organics, but first, I hear we're going to be taking it off with the news.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we've talked about as a group is maybe kicking off the news segment first because there's a lot to unpack there. Give us an opportunity to talk and give our viewers out there an opportunity to comment on some of the things that are going on. The two bills that we talked about last week are still in sort of the same phase as they were. They haven't really done much as far as moving forward, but they're worth noting and keeping an eye on. Their two Senate bills.
That's in Montana, right?
As far as Montana legislature goes. Yeah, definitely correct. Montana. One is basically a complete shutdown of all expansion of businesses. The other one sort of does a little bit of allowing for moving and expanding of businesses, but pretty limited. So it looks like the legislators are pushing definitely towards curtailing some of the Montana growth in the cannabis industry. But the wonderful news that's coming out right now is DoorDash is about to be delivering the hemp compliant THC and CBD products. So wherever you can get your pizza late at night, you're probably going to be able to get some of that Farm Bill hemp derived THC products.
So this is, I mean, you know, of course, I think that we'll have to see, of course, but I know that the Farm Bill loophole has actually been kind of talked about and looked at by some of the new administration that's coming in. So that may not be in place forever.
Yeah. You know, so I think they're doing a pretty good gamble on that, hoping that it's going to continue forward. And I'm wondering how much, you know, and now that you've said that, how much they're going to be lobbying towards trying to keep that Farm Bill loophole open. And there's a lot of states as well that are pushing to close that sort of within their state boundaries and jurisdiction. So we'll have to see how that plays out for sure.
As always, state rights saving us from the federal government once again.
You will definitely see. You know, I'm gonna have to see if we have any viewers out there who have had any DoorDashes delivered of any CBD or THC products and let us know about it. But if you're the first one in Montana to have it happen, definitely get at us and let us know. And if you're a DoorDasher out there delivering these kind of products, we'd love to hear from you.
Hell yeah.
So cool study. Federally funded study says young adults are 3 times more likely to light up than pour up. So young adults are choosing cannabis over alcohol. And in fact, there's a pretty good reduction that we're seeing federally through these federally funded studies of alcohol use amongst some of the younger adults. They're rather using cannabis than alcohol. And I mean, it's pretty interesting to see. Cannabis use in this group rose by nearly 75% over the past decade, while alcohol use declined. In contrast, adults over 55 still favor alcohol. So pretty interesting study.
That is interesting.
I mean, I can say for sure Daniel and I kind of fit in on that. We really don't drink much.
No, hardly ever.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I really rarely drink.
Yeah, rarely drinking when I do. It's a one beer kind of situation these days. It's not like back in the old days of partying with alcohol.
God, the next day hits so much harder.
Right.
It's true, guys. It's so true. It gets so much worse. It's days.
We've got a couple people in the chat here. We've got Mr. Burns popping in early. It's always a pleasure to have you. And we've got Wayman Mitchell here as
Christine.
well. Hello, welcome.
What up, brother Wayman?
Christine as well. Hey, how's it going? We're happy to have you in the chat. Thanks for stopping by today. Awesome.
So yeah, we were just going for those of you just joining us here. We were going over the news. We've sort of shaken it up a little bit. Started off with the news segment so that we could talk about what's going on, get your involvement and interactions, as well as be able to talk about it a little more during the segment, including this next topic, which is a bummer for the ladies. Unfortunately, I got some bad news. So the CBD tampons have been pulled after FDA warning. CBD tampon company had to yank their various products off the shelves after FDA warning. So yeah, basically there's some issues that the FDA has warned about it. And so Anna's Day, the maker of CBD infused tampons for selling adulterated or misbranded products in the US without proper authorization. So
I wonder if those quote unquote CBD suppositories were not actually CBD.
Yeah.
Of course they'd have to have them recalled, I wonder though, or it could even be the content of the actual suppository itself, right? I used to work
Must be
for a
harmful.
women's health company, and you have to be really careful.
yeah.
For those of you out there, coconut oil is not meant for lady bits.
The more you know.
Yeah, sorry. That also might be it.
Hey,
It is an antifungal, antibacterial, antimicrobial. It fucking kills everything. So
Right, not ideal.
just keep that in mind. Just saying.
It's going to kill everything.
Yes.
But there is, I also happen to, I kind of want to chime in on that there is a lot of positive study for women's health suppositories in the CBD and THC space, especially for endometriosis, amongst several other things.
Yeah, it seems like the concerns cited included potential reproductive toxicity and uncertain CBD potency. So,
Yeah.
in response, the company voluntarily pulled them themselves based on the warning from the FDA. And I think it really is something that, I think there's great products out there, but people should really educate themselves on, what's going on, how they're being made, who's actually behind these products. Because I think there's some local stuff that was offered here local as well. I don't know if it was from the same company at all, or if there's local companies that are making their own stuff and doing it in a very compliant way. So be interesting to find out a little more about this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see what sort of studies they cited on all of this too.
Yeah. It's interesting to see their interpretation versus what the actual science should be, So
Sometimes you read a study and you're like, I don't understand how they got from A to C. But okay, sure.
while going around Z.
Right, yes, exactly.
Yep.
So the last and not least but things, the DEA is in some hot water over weed rescheduling. The DEA judge is forcing the agency to answer claims it conspired with prohibitionists to block marijuana rescheduling. So just recently, the DEA changed their stance on marijuana rescheduling and said, by the way, we don't think it's a really good idea. We should keep it in the most dangerous category, above fentanyl, above everything else like that. So the judge basically said, look, there's some evidence that the other side has presented that shows you may have tried to conspire to that. And so I want you to answer to that. And we're going to get to the bottom of this. So it's pretty interesting to see how that's going to play out.
Hell yeah.
Who's the judge for this particular case? Is it a DEA judge? Or is it some sort of other department?
Yeah, so it would basically be the Office of Administrative Law Judge for that particular department. So each it'd basically be an administrative hearing law judge.
So is that It kind of sounds like a department might be trying to hold itself accountable a little bit.
Maybe, I mean, at least
Interesting.
this judge has the wherewithal to really look and say, I mean, they're making some accusations and there may be a little bit of smoke here. Let's check out and see if it's fire.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
no pun on anything for what was intended for California or anything else like that. Heart goes out to everybody out there. It's pretty devastating.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Incredibly. Couldn't imagine.
Real quick, just a little quick pause here. Hello, nobody. It's always nice to see you. Glad to see you checking in on YouTube. Hey, y'all, if you all can just go ahead and quickly click like and subscribe for us. We sincerely appreciate it. Make sure that you share with your friends that we are live right now. We are going to be going we're going to be going into our regularly scheduled segments here as we go tonight. I know everyone loves that stoner trivia.
Stoner trivia.
Oh, yeah.
How smart are you? We got some damn smart stoners, and we got one fucking hell of a question.
Oh my
Maniac.
goodness. Holy cow. A
got
maniac,
some
you
good
could
ones.
say. Question maniac.
Hannah said meanie.
Meanie?
did say
Oh,
meanie.
Question
wow.
meanie. Ooh.
You make my super stone brain think, dude. Got to focus on big words. It's horrible.
Indeed.
Me too.
Indeed. Speaking of big words, anything else going on out there in the world today?
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Obviously, Donald Trump got sentenced today.
Oh,
in
yeah.
His whole trial. We'll have to see how that goes. He's steadily coming to his inauguration. I mean, there's obviously the California fires and all the controversy going on around that.
Oh, my goodness.
lot of homes, a lot of businesses, a lot of things just absolutely destroyed out there. Guess some controversy going on, whether insurance companies are going to be paying, whether they canceled. Everybody, had an opinion that a lot of the insurance companies were canceling. Most of the insurance companies said, oh, by the way, that's not actually the way California law is written. And in fact, most of us canceled our policies in California months before all of this ever happened, after a long announcement, because we saw the catastrophe that was going to happen here. So, I mean, it's pretty interesting to see how it plays out.
Mhm.
But I think overall, we need to just try to figure out how we can help out. And there's going to be a lot of stuff destroyed out there, including people who have cannabis businesses. There's plenty of them that got destroyed, apparently, in the fires.
Yeah, we
already.
saw a picture of one, actually, of one of the fields in California on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there's a lot more worse lost, but it's close to home for us. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, we're a cannabis podcast, and so I mean, we'd like to see that smoke be blown in the air the right way, rather than it just be torched up and
destroyed,
completely destroyed.
Absolutely, it's very sad. And that's probably going to be a little bit hard for those cannabis businesses who lose an entire crop cycle.
Yeah.
That could really upset a lot of the industry in the West Coast for the cannabis businesses as well. Actually, I hadn't really thought about that yet.
The devastation and impact, I think we're going to see in about 6 months from now, honestly. If you look at, just the amount of building and everything else that's going to have to happen. And in fact, I mean, everything's burnt to the point where there's just foundations that can't be used anymore because they've been fire damaged. So they probably have to remove all of the infrastructure and everything before they can even get to rebuilding. So
right.
I
And
can
you
imagine
really know what you're talking about on this stuff too. You used to work in the Builders Association and stuff like that, right? So
oh yeah, I did a lot of development all the way from the ground up.
You're not just
Utilities.
making this up. They're going to need to do a lot of work to get back to where they were.
Yeah, I mean, I think the amount of work that's it's gonna take just to get back to par is gonna take years. So and I don't know how many people are going to want to return back to that area now that it's all completely burnt out as well.
Right.
I mean, you think about, they had beautiful palm trees, all kinds of, nice greenery everywhere. And now it's looks like a complete war zone.
Yep. It's pretty crazy. It's hard to see pictures like that from our home soil, as a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
Any wildfire situation, whether it's domestic or in a natural forest, it's horrifying to see.
Definitely.
All of it.
Well, and speaking of pictures, I mean, like the Getty Museum, I think you were talking about, like the Getty Image Museum and stuff was lost.
It was, I think, completely lost in the fire.
Dang, really? I heard that some parts, maybe it wasn't Getty, maybe it was some other museum. Some museums had actually been preparing for this.
Okay.
And so maybe not the Getty one. I had read something like that, but
Yeah, I don't know if the art and stuff was taken out beforehand, but the building itself, I believe, was completely lost.
yeah, there were some museums in, because that I had recently just read a thread about that online that people were talking about. Can you imagine just how much art, private art as well, in those neighborhoods that was burnt up and destroyed? Because those were very affluent neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Those were very high class neighborhoods.
Yep.
Well, I
So-
mean, like
Lots of memories.
a lot of different actors and stuff like that. Paris Hilton. I mean, you name it.
Movie
A lot of
memorabilia.
those. Yeah.
I mean, any of those actors that had their old movie props, in
Right.
their homes, it's probably gone. That's
Or
it's a
some of
big
their
loss.
awards that they won throughout their careers and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure those things can be replaced, but at the same time, I mean, if you've had a original Academy Award from back in the day, I mean,
right. Yeah,
what's a replica?
absolutely. Hey, Mike, just real quick, it's just nice to see you, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tagging a couple people. We appreciate you. Mr. Burns, yes, Mike. Indeed.
Thanks for keeping us up on the comments.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I had to take off my glasses.
That's fair. I could only see apparently less than 3 feet, Hannah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Whoops.
Oof. All right. Well, I guess.
Actually, we've got us to go over today.
Yeah.
We got the 406 Organics in its entirety to go over.
Yeah. So I know that we've gone over a ton of people on this podcast, and we love the entire community. We've always talked a little bit about ourselves in many of these episodes, but at this point, we'd like to actually go over what we are all about, what we're currently growing. We've got pictures of our grow, all of that good stuff. So we'll check into that video here right now.
Out here on this Montana land where the sky meets the earth, hand in hand, we're a family, close-knit, strong and true, with military pride and a farmer's blues. We're planting dreams in the local ground. Hard work and love is where it's found. Passion for the plant, passion for the fight. Every sunrise feels just right. We're rooted in the soil, growing with care. Locally driven with the community we share. Woman-owned, hearts of gold, standing tall. 406 Organics, we give it our all. Tails wagging in the morning light to late night talks under stars so bright. It's more than a job, it's a way of life. Through every season, joy and strife. Each leaf we grow tells a story untold of dedication, love, and heart so bold. We're raising more than crops out here. It's a legacy built year by year. We're rooted in the soul, growing with care. Locally driven with the community we share. Woman-owned, hearts of gold, standing tall. 406 Organics, we give it our all. We're soldiers of the land with dirt on our hands. Building dreams from seeds with every strand. With loyalty and pride, we see it through. For the love of the plant and what it can do. So here's to the process, the passion, the fight. To mornings and evenings to doing it right. 406 Organics, where family runs deep. In the soil of Montana, our pride.
welcome back, guys. We hope you enjoyed that short little video about us. I knew this was going to happen. It is so much harder to talk about yourself than it is to ask questions.
Oh yeah. Sorry guys. We
yeah.
really put you on the spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, geez, what is 406 Organics all about? Obviously, we went into that whole video. I feel like it pretty much perfectly sums up everything that we do, you know, passion and family and no, I don't know. What else?
I don't know. You guys started it. What made you want to get into the cannabis
That's a great
business all
question.
those years ago?
Cheaper bud. No, just kidding.
I mean,
The same reason everyone is in the cannabis business.
No, honestly, it's been so long ago. I had some family members and stuff who were providers when I first came back home from the military and stuff. Got into the whole cannabis scene way back 2006 is actually when I became a provider. There were probably like 5,000 people on the cannabis registry at the time. And I mainly just sort of grew for myself, a few other people. And then the state started in with sort of the prohibition bills after we had made the approval. And so that sort of kicked me into overdrive as to the advocacy world and stuff like that. But I also started getting quite a few patients and stuff that I was working with. And then when I decided to move over here with my wife in Billings, we actually had a much, much larger concern and grow operation until the city shut us down. So we've always just had some sort of attraction to being entrepreneurs and being into that business spirit. And, you know, I think one of the things that was really attractive to cannabis is that it's something that I was able to see through people like Cash Hyde and others, the actual benefit that it has caused. And through members of my own family, through my own experience, I was able to actually see what kind of a benefit that cannabis delivered. And, you know, like I tell people, I've seen a lot of people use cannabis and their life is improved. I've never seen anybody use methamphetamine and their life improved, or fentanyl for the most part. You know, usually opioids, a lot of those people have a long-term addiction to those or have other issues that are associated with them. I don't really see that with cannabis use. I see people smoking and being happy.
Right. Yep. It's just another part of their day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the other thing I think we should get the gal behind the scenes too. I mean,
Yes.
she's back there and she's a part of this whole journey and she knows why she started and got into it. And
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes,
sounds,
we can hear you.
Sounds great.
I do not have headphones, so I am about a couple seconds behind you all. Well, I got into it because I fell in love first and foremost. So some
Aw.
cute guy came into my life and flipped my world upside down. So damn
Dang, dude.
dudes.
Seriously.
But no, after my first neck fusion, we really got into it a lot more and started using it as a medical for myself. And
Mhm.
it was interesting of how much they had me on gabapentin and fentanyl, and they had me on, then they took me down to hydrocodones, which I was allergic to, which when you're on gabapentin make you itch anyway. So they're like, oh, it's just the gabapentin. So I went on itching for 3 months, just
Right.
not
Oh,
really knowing
gosh.
what was going on. And, you know, even being a nurse, you're like trying to tell them and they don't really listen. And so that was part of the medical field. And my husband's like, you know, just try this instead. And so we did, and worked a lot more efficient and a lot more productive for me, I think.
That's awesome. You know, I feel like that's a common story for a lot of people. It's just, and you know, I'm not the person who thinks that, oh, all pharmaceuticals are evil, whatever.
Yeah.
Medicine has its place, of course, for everyone. But if that isn't working for you and you try cannabis and it helps, isn't that the best? And that happens a lot. So
yeah, you know, and the other thing about it is sometimes the cannabis helps heighten the effect of your medications and stuff like that and can help deliver it better. There's some pretty good science behind your endocannabinoidal system and how, you know, they can pull opioids into your cannabinoid receptors and deliver it further into your body, giving better pain relief and stuff. So, well, there you go.
Fan fell down. We're good. Nobody
failure.
died.
Boom! All right, we are awake and at 'em. Hey, look at that! Our viewers just went up like 3. Just kidding. That's
We're
actually true.
aware, guys.
Welcome back.
Holy
Welcome back.
So yeah,
That's awesome. You know, I really appreciate that everyone here has a positive impact on their lives from cannabis. I feel like that same sort of situation happened to me. I won't get into the details, but I've been taking prescriptions for a long time, as prescribed, of course. But after I started smoking cannabis, I just stopped taking most of them. Of course, talking to my doctor the whole time, and here we are today.
Yeah.
I don't take any prescriptions at all, so
nice.
I feel great. Yeah, pretty intense. Pretty insane.
Yeah, it's like not talking.
What?
It's like now
Don't
we're
look at me like that.
What? You have anything to say?
I do.
I mean, you don't have to talk about anything if you don't want to, but
No, I'm the same way. I stopped taking all of my prescribed medication. I just felt better, felt more energized. Felt more imaginative with my kids.
So we
It's a
all
great-
stop taking our medication and somehow end up building a shed and doing a cryptocurrency podcast.
That's
And
true
a
too.
cannabis
It all,
podcast.
folks.
And a cannabis podcast.
Right.
Oh,
And
well,
opened a coffee shop.
And
amongst a few other things.
just saying.
Do you have any personal stories you want to share? You don't have to.
I don't know. I mean, I was never really on any type of prescriptions for anything, but I just kind of found cannabis in high school, but I found
Everyone
cannabis.
has their personal story.
I found cannabis in high school, and I started using it to treat like pain and stuff because I have scoliosis in my back, and like just one side of my back just locks up all funny and weird. And then I've been having all these weird stomach problems for the last couple of years, but they've been getting pretty bad lately. And cannabis really helps with a lot of that pain and nausea for those.
And you, of course, had your medical card for a very long time.
Yeah, I've had my
Yeah.
medical card since the day I turned 18.
Yeah, exactly. Makes perfect sense. Yep.
Yeah, it's helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we were just talking to one of the medical providers recently, and they mentioned to us that there was, only 15,000 medical patients left in Montana or something like that?
Yeah, it's dropped down quite drastically. I think somewhere in that area. I don't know the exact number, but yeah, that sounds about roughly 1,500 from.
Oh,
I think-
1,500 maybe.
Or, no, 15,000. Excuse me,
Okay.
all the way from I think it was almost 54, 60, almost 60,000
I wonder.
at one
Okay.
point.
You'll have to let us know in the chat if this is your story. But I've had a ton of people who come into the dispensary now that it's recreationally legal, and they're like, "Yeah, I used to have a medical card. I just kind of let it drop, and I just haven't gotten back to do it." And I wonder how many medical patients are just paying the rec tax these days.
You know, I think with the limitation on what they can get
As a medical patient. But no limits as a rec patient or as a
Right.
rec person.
Exactly right. But you can have the higher THC amounts as a medical patient, but you can't have it as a rec. So I mean, there's a bit of a trade-off there, but at the same time, it doesn't make a whole lot of damn sense because you can obviously buy your medical amount and then just go to the rec market and continue to buy beyond that. So personally,
I was about to say, isn't your legal like carrying limit at one time 2 ounces?
I wish I knew the answer off the top of my head. I thought it was only
1 ounce, yeah.
Yeah.
It's your purchasing limit.
You can, so there are some caveats to that, of course, right? So if you're at your own personal residence and you grow at home,
Yeah.
you can store.
Up to a certain amount.
I don't know if there's a limit actually in Montana, as long as it's stored out of sight. And although you can only store it for so long. Although there's
But just like
just
your-
store-
that's arguable too. I don't
You're
want to get into
driving.
that debate right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're storing, like 40 pounds for personal, you probably get
Yeah, you might get a suspicious eye on you for sure. Well, it's gonna go bad eventually. I think they actually did research on it, and it's not as bad as people think. Even after a whole year, it's yes, every state does vary. El Mando. Hello again to a couple of our viewers in the chat. Debbie, welcome, and El Mando over from YouTube. yes, of course, we are talking about Montana, the Montana state limits.
We are also
Where are
ADHD.
you from, and what's the limit there? Oh, Maria. Yep. Hello. Anyway, there's a study that happened that says that if you store weed for a year in perfect condition, so it's not rotting or anything, like the THC naturally degrades at something like 20% for the first year, which isn't really that bad. If you're thinking 20% of 30%, you're going from maybe 30 to 23, 23% bud, and you're not losing that 7%. It's just converting to other more maybe interesting cannabinoids.
How many terps are you losing though? That's what I'm after, because we all know that entourage effect and how the terps really play effect on what you're going to get as far as your cannabis smoke.
Yeah, that's a fantastic question.
How much of that dies?
I don't know. I wish I don't think the study focused on terpenes, but I haven't read it, so I would love to.
If anybody got any information out there whether or not the terpenes die off from the storage of cannabis, I think they would. Just as cannabis dies out, obviously you're going to lose some of those terpenes. I mean, some of the flavors and stuff like that you normally associate it with. But what the exact science behind it is, that's maybe a stoner trivia question, huh?
Not this week.
But not this week. But.
Cool. It looks like El Mando is watching from California. What are the personal carry limits like there? Do you have purchase limits? I mean, I'm a little unfamiliar. You'll have to educate us. Speaking of education, maybe that's a somewhat fun transition. What I can't see. Okay, what?
I think it says we're 30. Damn.
Jeez.
We're
I think it says we're 32.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's the same
That's
spot,
I'm
right?
trying
That
to
seems like
squint.
a decent amount of time before we hop into the stoner trivia.
Hell yeah. We'll get into that stoner trivia.
Just get it all pulled up here.
Got that video.
All right, I don't
All
want to
the
get us.
tabs.
I was gonna.
Looking like a roster, feeling so high. We talk about cannabis and getting fly. Are you smarter than a stoner? Let's find out. Listen up,
B, the
my
plant's
friends.
flavor
I
and
got
aroma
something to
compounds.
shout. Cannabis
C, the plant's
knowledge,
fibers.
let it flow through your mind. Getting blazed, smoking loud. We all unwind. Trivia questions, can you keep up the pace? Let's see if you're sharper in this smoky haze. All right, we're back.
Okay, and welcome back. And we are going to jump into the Are You Smarter Than a Stoner segment. As soon as I find question number 1. There we go.
Ooh, that's a little.
All right, what you got, folks? What you got?
That blue's a
I'm
little
not
bright.
even
I
gonna
didn't
try.
see that. Okay. In a hydroponic setup, what is the most common reason for nutrient lockout? And how can it be corrected? A, low water temperature, corrected by adding heaters. B, excess humidity, corrected by increasing airflow. C, improper pH balance, corrected by adjusting the nutrient solution pH. Or D, overexposure to light, corrected by reducing light intensity.
I'm nervous about this one.
All right, what do you got out there in the chat?
I feel like I'm taking a real test here, guys.
I know.
It's scary.
You're going
You
to
know,
be tested. So.
I tried to take in mind to at least throw in one hydroponic question. If you guys are like getting the hydroponic system
Yeah.
in the next couple days.
Yeah, we'll be learning all about hydro soon.
Yeah, a lot of gardening this weekend.
Seeing a C out there in chat. What do we have in
Other
house?
guesses? I quote unquote guessed C. It was an educated guess.
CC. Seeing lots of C's.
Yeah. I'm going with the general average here.
That is going to be the correct answer. C.
All right.
Pro tip from Daniel. Maybe the second most common reason for lockout is overwatering. So just watch out for that. Anyway.
Number 2. How does the cannabinoid content of a cannabis plant differ between the vegetative and flowering stages? A. Cannabinoid content peaks during the vegetative stage. B. Cannabinoids are evenly distributed throughout both stages. C, cannabinoids are only stored in the roots during the vegetative stage. Or D, cannabinoids are synthesized exclusively during flowering in the trichomes.
Ooh, all right.
All right.
Oh, we appreciate you, Mando. What's your guess on this one? It looks
Or
like,
not guess if you know.
yeah, it looks like your profile picture might be a pretty nice looking bud there.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
grow or anything? You'll have to let us know.
Looks like Mando's got a D out there. What else?
Any other guesses out there tonight? Well, in the meantime, I think I guessed D myself.
Same.
Yep.
Yeah,
Do.
I'm going to have to go with the D on this one.
Grows his own medicine. Fuck yeah.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah.
What strains are you growing and what's your favorite? Maria Roundstone coming in with the D as well.
Hey,
Just
Maria,
in time.
What's up, sis? Yo.
D is the correct answer.
Boom.
Hell yeah. Debbie. Nice.
Debbie coming in.
Squeaked in just barely.
Yeah.
We'll count it.
Nice,
You
Debbie.
get credit.
You do get credit. I'm counting it.
Tie goes to the runner.
Yeah.
Fuck, while we're playing the game, if anyone wants to shout out what kind of strains they're smoking tonight,
Yes.
that will lead us into our strain of the week when we're done.
I do think there was one person who said what they were smoking quite some time ago.
I did ask. I don't know if anybody ever had.
I think one person answered.
Number 3, what environmental condition is most critical for the prevention of mold and mildew on cannabis plants during late flowering?
Hurricanes.
Yeah.
A, constant high temperatures. B, low relative humidity levels. C, minimal light exposure. Or D, high CO2 concentration.
Real quick, while we're all thinking about our answers, I just want to make sure that everyone understands that this is all for entertainment purposes only. And
Educational.
education.
Yeah.
Education, entertainment, all of the above.
Not for sale or trade, but you
Blah,
know,
blah,
hey,
blah.
blah, blah, blah.
We're playing the game and we all know it. You know the rules.
Disclaimer, disclaimer,
Yeah,
disclaimer.
exactly.
So what's everybody's
We're here for a good
answer?
time, not a long time.
Anybody got it? Whoa. Anybody got any answers out there? Excuse me.
That was a hell of a good Eminem rap bit.
I forgot,
Anybody got any?
I forgot to pick, so dang. All right, we got an A in the chat. Let's give
I'm
them
gonna
a
have
few
to
more
go with
minutes.
A.
It seems like they're a little bit delayed. Yeah, so let's give Debbie and everyone else just a few more seconds here. So it looks like Almando was saying that he loves the, or she loves the OGs, but commercially it's everywhere over in California. That makes sense. I think we had a guest on from California that talked a lot about the OG strains.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we got a B.
Maria's guessing B.
Hi. Yo, same.
Same.
We ready for the correct answer?
Yes, ma'am.
The correct answer for number 3 is B.
Yeah. Low humidity.
Yeah, I
Don't
agree.
want wet buds in the late flower.
No.
No.
No, thank you.
Let's keep that mold out of there.
No, thank
There
you.
it is. Number 4. What role do the enzyme... see, this is the big one. Okay. What role does the enzyme tetrahydrocannabinolic acid synthesis, or THCAS? I probably butchered that. Sorry.
No, you did a damn good
Oh,
job.
fuck
You
yeah.
did
Yeah,
a
that
damn
was
good
really
job.
good, Smokey.
What does the THCAS play in cannabis plants? A, it converts CBG into THC. B, it facilitates the production of THCA from CBGA in the trichomes. C, it activates cannabinoids during decarboxylation. Or D, it aids in terpene biosynthesis.
I'd be a liar if I said this one wasn't a guess.
Bro, I'm totally out there fishing on this.
I had to throw in a really hard one.
That's good. We haven't had
it
a
is
really
good.
tough one like this in a while. I think I have a solid guess.
Yeah, I'm totally fishing on this one.
Yeah, I
Can somebody send me a lifeline, please?
freaking Steve, Uncle Steve, where the hell are you? You're my lifeline.
Right.
Oh, what about Calvin? Where's Calvin? He's always got the answers.
No
He does
kidding.
always have the answers. Calvin.
No phone a friend.
Shit.
All right.
Also,
and
I've never been able to say the full name of THC.
tetrahydrocannabinol.
Yeah.
It's my
Fuck you.
favorite word. I love that word. Well, it looks like Maria is guessing A today. It converts CBG into THC.
All right.
I'm throwing a total guess at this one too.
Yeah, what are y'all's guesses?
I'm
in-house?
guessing B.
Facilitates the production of THCA from CBGA in the trichomes.
I'm gonna go with D.
It aids in terpene biosynthesis.
Michelle, do you have a guess?
You know, honestly, I would have to say B.
Guessing with a B.
Yep, I'm guessing with a B.
I'm gonna also take the B guess, but
I've got like a caveat though.
I don't really have a caveat. It's a guess.
And
Yeah.
It's a guess.
Amanda says C. So, you know.
All right, Tanaki, you've officially stumped us. You are smarter than stoners. Fair enough.
Y'all actually got it right for the most part. It is B.
What?
Whoa.
No way.
That's still a widespread answer there.
The
for
only
sure.
thing that was catching me up on that answer was that I know that there's still CBG in plants, or like at least in some like edibles or concentrate products that we have, and I'm sure in actual, obviously in the plants, it's grown that way. But
I was reaching
wasn't-
deep into the archives because I think
Yeah.
you had a question.
Well, so that's what I was thinking is the CBG versus CBG.
I was thinking we had a question about turning CBG into THCA. Like it had to have been 5 months ago at this point, but
Yeah.
there was something
Yeah.
tickling there. I knew that's the only reason I
I-
had a guess.
Genuinely could not remember if I've done a question like that or not.
It was
was a good
different
one.
enough. You would not know unless you like
or Daniel and have a photogenic
No,
memory.
That's not true. It's like 25%. Just enough to be useless. Just
Yeah,
go
let's
with
go
these,
with
see,
these.
dude. Even you're getting called out. It's true.
we're
Maria.
getting called out. She changes it up, but I just go with the general B.
Okay, and then I think we have one final question. I think I did 5 this week.
Oh,
Bonus.
Did indeed. Number 5. Why is the ratio of potassium to nitrogen increased during the flowering phase of cannabis growth? A. Potassium promotes root expansion, which is critical during flowering. B. High potassium levels enhance energy transfer and flower development. C. Nitrogen is required less because vegetative growth slows during flowering. Or D. Both B and C.
All right, guys. I'm going to teach you something about taking tests.
All right, go Daniel.
If you have the option to pick multiple options, it's probably that one.
See, I feel like everybody knows that's from tests. This one was supposed to be like a redeemer after the hard question.
Thank you so much. Tanaki. All calculated, all part of the plan. I'm going to go with D.
Redemption.
I'm going to go with D. I think that it is
Also-
both B and C.
if you are in the banking realm, they totally fucking stump you with that one.
Do they?
Yeah.
Will they do like a is the correct answer on that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sometimes
that's messed up.
Well, sometimes it's like it gives
Now
you
gotta wonder,
multiple
did
answers.
Tanaki
Bum,
give you
bum,
A
bum.
is the right answer on that?
Right.
What if I did? Now I got to thinking.
Peer pressure. I'm still sticking with D. Fuck you.
Yeah. Hey, Amando says just B. So we've got one vote. And
Ooh.
definitely for sure. I agree. Michelle, weren't you talking about how potassium attracts salts, right?
So, salt, we all know salt follows water.
Right.
Potassium follows salt.
Okay.
Potassium is used in every conduction of every muscle.
Mhm.
we use. And so, of course, I would think physiologically it would be. And so that's why we always increase our potassiums during our flowering stage, is so that we can increase that during
But right.
So
Which would
that's
make
why
sense that it'd up taking more salts.
Right. Right. Hey, Joe, how's it going? What's up? You just missed the question. We still have it up here for you. Hopefully you see it.
Joe, birthday today or yesterday? Happy birthday. I'm so sorry.
birthday
I
to-
smoked a lot of weed today. I can't remember which day it was. Happy birthday, though.
Happy birthday.
We smoked one for you in your honor.
Yes.
sir. All right, Tanaki.
The correct answer is D.
Woohoo! That's right. That's how you know
Well,
Tanaki.
I'll
is
give
meant to
half
be a
credit for
teacher.
B and C. And or.
That's
Sorry.
a good teacher. You just increased the curve right there, 25%. Because you get half credit for two
Half
of the
point.
answers.
She's gonna be teacher of the year all of a sudden.
Oh, Joe, happy birthday.
It was today.
I hope that you get a nice session today.
What you smoking on?
Which smoking Joe?
Absolutely.
Here's the biggest birthday question that we've had in the last couple months because we've had a lot of birthdays. Do you prefer cake, pie, parfaits?
Apple pie, wedding cake.
I love that both of you guys at the same time. Same like cadence and length even.
Yes,
Super
indeed.
moment.
Delicious. We all love delicious food.
Yes.
See,
We've
I had
got-
a December birthday and I actually opted for pie this year.
Oh,
Which
what
I
kind of pie?
It
cherry.
was cherry pie.
Cherry pie.
Which I'm not ashamed to say. I ate all of it except for a single slice.
Yeah, that was on Daniel.
Oh, ice cream cake. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
That's a bold move in the winter, but I like it.
I'm in. All
Unless
in
you,
for ice cream.
drive it in the truck and melt it.
Yeah, that's a
Ooh.
fact. That was
Sad days.
wah, wah, wah.
Ruh-roh. Just bring a cooler. If you're buying an ice cream cake in the winter, it will melt from your heater.
Yeah.
Put it in the far back of your vehicle or the bed of your truck. Like
You're 100% right on all those suggestions. Unfortunately, we found out the sad way that don't put it in the cab of the truck that's heated.
Yeah.
sad.
Or in a microwave. My grandma did that. My sister's birthday is Christmas Eve, and my grandma actually put her ice cream cake in the microwave to hide it from her
Oh no,
for like 5 hours. We all forgot about it.
Oh, no.
the cleanup on that microwave was probably fun.
It was magical. We made my sister do it.
Happy birthday! Here's a cleaning job.
Yep.
Damn, that's brutal.
Real
Love
quick,
you.
just one more quick call out. We got Wild Wicked out there. Thank you so much for stopping by and hitting that highlight. If anyone else wants to go ahead and hit at highlight at everyone to let everyone in your friends list know that you are watching the 406 podcast. We always appreciate the support. Love you guys.
Most definitely. And you know the thing about it is we had a episode planned this week. Unfortunately, the guest fell through. We decided to throw in there for 406 Organics, and we've had a quick conversation about how we got involved and what was all with us. But I think how did you guys get involved? And I mean,
As Michelle called it, I gave Daniel the freaking Wi-Fi.
The wife, yeah,
We were-
basically, we were just in the shop one day. We lived pretty close by, and they were having some computer issues, and I just happened to be a computer guy. So I was like,
Literally
get a
elbowing
job,
him
loser.
in the rib. No.
And
And got you an application, and you were working
Yep.
here within a month.
yep, that's true.
And then
That's
it's been a family affair ever since. It's been
Yeah.
awesome.
It's been a fantastic time. Yeah.
Mhm.
As for weed, I have always loved weed, and even when I was in high school, that was really when the medical marijuana renaissance was happening in California, Montana, other countries, and a lot of the research was actually starting to get done around that time. So it was obvious to me that it was all BS.
yeah,
And so, of course, much later in my life, when Montana went recreationally legal, I was like, whoa, finally, it's about time.
You and I think a lot of vets.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you get so paranoid being on the outside of the industry.
Yeah.
You don't want to get on a list or whatever to get your medical card, or, there's all kinds of these like wild ideas that you think that happen on the back end. I can personally tell you that unless you're getting audited to the bone, no one wants to know who's buying weed.
Right.
No one cares. No one wants to know. In fact, I'm sure that if it really came down to it, we could probably protect that information somehow. So, it's just not a big deal these days. It's just not.
Yeah. No, we're like Michelle was just saying behind the scenes there, we're required to keep those records, but we've never once been asked for them at all.
Nope.
As to, who's purchasing or coming out of our point of sale systems or anything like
Right.
that. So
Just show that we do it, and then that's good enough.
Not
Yeah.
over the limit or anything, and
Yep.
we are in the box.
per sale,
Absolutely.
it's within limit. We're good to go.
That's all they care about.
So anyway, just thought people should know that. I was one of those people that was really scared to be a part of the industry in the past, but now that I'm in the industry, obviously we're doing this podcast now. We're on Facebook. We're out there. We're just regular people, just like everyone else.
Mhm.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Also,
And that's all I have to say about that.
our kiddos in that picture, that is the most clothed picture I could find of my kids.
Yeah,
They
they hate
like
clothes.
the country life and hate clothes.
Yeah.
So,
I think every parent out there can understand the feral child
Mhm.
stage.
they're living it. They're loving it too.
Well,
Thank
shoot,
you guys.
I guess that
Much
goes
love.
to me.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
turn, Tanaki.
Benaki.
Please.
Well, I guess I'm the youngest on the crew. I
Mhm.
graduated in 2021. I'm at Class City.
Sorry.
So, I mean, before this, I was a CNA for 3 years. I was working as a CNA since my junior year. I worked at a cannabis industry, Seeds of Life lab for about 6 months before I left there. But at the time, before I started here at 406 Organics, I was working as a CNA, and I was looking for some part-time work. And Michelle and Nate had actually offered a part-time job to my mom, who was working full-time at the time. It was like, hey, you should put your application in.
Mhm.
She's like, I'll vouch for you.
I'll vouch.
It's amazing how those elbows work.
Yeah.
Freaking A, right, man. We
Do
need
your
a little
ribs hurt?
motivation.
And yeah, I mean, I put my application in and then had the strangest interview where I just went up and smoked pot, and they said, all right, you can start on Friday. I don't know what day it was, but
It was all a test.
yeah. Michelle and Nate watched me grow up. They've been family friends pretty much since we moved to Montana. So yeah, they've seen me since I was like 12, 13.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
We had to get your mom's permission to actually hire you. When the application came in, I was like,
I required
"Cool with this?"
I required to sit down with your dad. I was just like, I mean, Mom, Dad, we've got to ask you, are you cool with this? They're like, yeah, we made the suggestion. So everything was good to go. But, you got lifelong friends. You watch their daughter grow up. I mean, it's like, hey, we're going to get into which we think, the cannabis business is completely normal, but we wanted to make sure that everybody else was cool with it, which they totally were. And it's just been great having you on board ever since.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here for about, it'll be 2 years next summer.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
obviously
awesome.
things are going good. I moved up to full time after some craziness with the previous employees. I mostly work as a bud tender. I also do a good bit in the grow down at the dispensary. Not as much at our other grow locations, just because I'm always at the dispensary. But
But our video shows,
Yeah, you definitely do a good.
how pretty our dispensary grow is.
Yeah, our cultivation
that's-
too, where we have a lot of the crew putting in work. Everyone puts in hands there. It's a beautiful grow for sure.
I will
Oh, yeah.
say my Wednesday through Friday is pretty sad. I don't get to see the girls. Lights are off when I leave the juice store.
That is a bummer.
It's sad, but
Which is a testament to everything that everybody here in this group here, they volunteer their time not only to do this show, which that's part of what everybody wants to kick in and sort of do for the industry, but each person here is also growing the plants. We hand water everything. Everything is hand transplanted. So it's not like it's just a set it or forget it system, drip system, or, auto drips or anything else like that. I mean, every single plant, every single day is watered by hand by everybody here. And
Hand trimmed by 2 socks and diesel themselves every
yeah.
day.
they
Couple of
take
low
those
liars.
those low scraggly branches that everybody wants to cut off anyway.
Mhm. They do their part.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, don't worry.
I
Yep.
see in there, Joe, it says you're currently working on your badge. If you're looking for an industry badge and you need help, please stop by anytime. I'm sure we'd all be happy to help you with whatever steps you need to get that done.
And that goes for people with medical cards as well. If you're
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to figure out how to get your medical card or anything else like that, stop by the 406 Organic stores. The bud tenders are very knowledgeable on how to do that. They'll be more than happy to get you squared away through that system and make sure you get hooked up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we can even sit down with you and help you set up the appointment with the companies right then and there if you really want to.
Mhm.
Like,
Absolutely.
no problems at all.
Glad to help.
There's also alternative wellness out there.
Yeah.
And then Caduceus Medical Center, their Dr. Uphughes, and then Elizabeth has her own clinic there. And then the one thing about alternative wellness, they have locations around the state of Montana. Tara has one up there, I believe, in Kalispell and near that location. So they have clinics around the state. So definitely give them a shout out.
They do also do tele appointments too.
Tele appointments. Yeah, that's some good stuff. I'll tell you.
Mhm.
We were able to do our telehealth appointment. Very convenient, very easy to do.
Yeah.
Doctor was extremely thorough at his job and got us in and out with a quick, fast fashion.
Mhm.
hmm
Heck yeah. Very
Yeah.
helpful.
I always go into the in-town one to renew my stuff.
Oh, nice.
And honestly, I'm never there for more than like half an hour.
Heck yeah.
It's always just super fast. In and out, sit down, have your talk. They go through the paperwork with you.
That's nice to know.
And then they give you a whole list of places you can go that like will help you fill it out and finalize all of that to get your card mailed to you.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Heck yeah.
Joe said that his lady car got her medical card through Alternative Wellness. That's awesome stuff for sure. So
Well,
what else is everybody else as far as everybody else smoking on out there? If you got in on that, don't know if you heard a little bit earlier, but get us in the chat. What are you smoking on when we go over our strain of the week here real quick?
absolutely.
Yes. Are we going to do the video first?
Yeah, let's roll into the strain of the week video. We'll be right back.
Sticky situation right in the bag. Gorilla glue got me feeling the swag. Roll it up tight, let the beat drag. Chilling in the jungle, no room for lag. Heavyweight champion knocking on doors. Always keep it cool like a lion roars. Elevated heights like I'm climbing floors. Gorilla glue, gorillas filling up the store. Gorilla glue sticking to my soul. Wrap me up tight, I've lost control. From the canopy, swinging high and low. In this jungle rhythm, let's all just flow. Beat it up rough, hit it with finesse. Gorilla glue holding down all the stress. Turn the volume up, let the bass press. Got me feeling higher than success. Catch the groove in the smoky haze. Gorilla glue taking me through a daze. Bouncing to the rhythm, watching the blaze. Perfect strain to make my spirits raise. Gorilla glue sticking to my soul. Wrap me up tight, I've lost control. From the canopy, swinging high and low. In this jungle rhythm, let's all just flow. Gorilla glue taking me through a daze. Bouncing to the rhythm, watching the blaze. perfect strain to make my spirits raise. Gorilla glue sticking to my soul. Wrap me up tight, I've lost control. From the canopy, swinging high and low. In this jungle rhythm, let's all just flow.
Boom, we're back. What do you think about that? Bang. Hey, all right. Well, hey, thank you guys for watching that Gorilla Glue video. To answer your question, Nate, Mando is actually smoking OG Kush, so he didn't just say it was everywhere in California, including his bowl. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue.
That is our strain of the week. We have actually had this as a winner prior, but it's been what, 30 weeks or something. So,
Yeah.
you guys voted it in again. We're happy to do another video.
Yeah, we did actually find the original song, which we're going to play at the end. We would really like to know what you guys think of how our productions come along and
Yeah,
our 37 episodes and
let us know.
what
Let
you
us
guys
know.
think. We couldn't find the video,
Music
unfortunately, so it's just kind of a couple clips of kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But
Music quality, you know. Well, geez, I mean, even that, right? We can't find the video of it because we weren't even doing that well then.
Yeah.
So, but now, assuredly, we have all of our videos backed up. We're learning.
we're learning for sure. It's been fun.
Dang, yo.
So tell me about Gorilla Glue.
Yes.
Gorilla Glue isn't a 50-50 hybrid. No, I'm just. But it has enough sativa to provoke some pretty heady effects. So it's actually a 40% sativa hybrid, according to Leafly anyway. Of course, you know, with all of the white label seed genetics that are going on, your mileage may vary. But in general, Gorilla Glue is going to be a 60-40 indica to sativa ratio, 20 to 25% average THC content. So if you're hitting those 20s, you know that your environment is dialed. It is a nice mix of ChemSys, sour dub, and chocolate diesel.
Nice.
Mm.
One hell of a description.
Initially, you're going to feel a nice head rush high that gradually transforms into a full body tingle. That classic indica
Gotta rotate those tires real quick.
Yeah, India. You know, I wonder. Anyway, I'll get into those later. These relaxing properties will eventually lead you into a stoned and slightly sedated state of mind. Again, I mentioned that caryophyllene just a second ago. That is, of course, the main and most common terp in this and is legendary for it. It's, of course, sedative and anti-inflammatory effects.
Gonna give you that pepper flavor.
Mm-hmm.
That carry
Spicy.
Spicy.
Ooh,
Throat punch.
yeah, the strawberry cough is a classic that has very high in caryophyllene. Have you ever had a Gorilla Glue, Tanaki?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of Gorilla Glue dabs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That makes sense. It's legendary for its resin production, right?
Definitely.
That's what I know. it
Gorilla
from.
Glue number 4 is one of my favorites.
Mm.
I've had that a couple of times from shops in town.
Yes, that is also the one that I am pulling up.
The one from town.
Gorilla Glue number 4. The
Oh.
dabs in specific.
Yeah,
Those are the ones that I've found around town and quite enjoyed.
You know, with that in mind, El Mando says GG4 is fire. Absolutely. It's one of those legendary strains for a reason. But it makes me wonder, you know, is there, of course, a Gorilla Glue 3 and 2 and 1?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, how many Gorilla Glues were there? And I bet you there were some other bangers in there too. It's kind of interesting.
Maybe you'll have to find a Gorilla Glue for the garden.
Is anybody out there growing any Gorilla Glue?
Glitter glue.
Gorilla Brew.
Gorilla Glue.
Weed and words, guys. It's
Apparently
really
I-
fucked with Gorilla Glue.
Got our mouth glued shut too.
Yep.
Seriously.
I suppose just to cover one last thing, I know we've got a lot of industry peeps, home growers, and the like. So for the grow information, which is provided by the lovely Hannah over here, we've got a hybrid. It is a moderately difficult plant, It is a tall plant with a high yield, probably why they market it as a moderately difficult. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to grow into your lights. But in addition to that, it's only a 7 to 9 week plant, so you're going to have a beast fast.
So
Yeah.
it
Out
could
of
probably
control.
be good for like a Montana outdoor growth as well
Mm.
for
For
that
short
short growing season.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. And it being a hybrid with indica dominant too, it could probably stand some of the even a little bit cooler later months and get that beautiful color on it too.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
purple.
Ooh, that would be lovely.
Oh yeah, good hardy plant.
Mm-mm-mm.
Love to see it.
Well, guys, that's all I have about the strain of the week. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
Takes it all around, guys.
Boom, boom.
those dabs from Yellowstone Butts got us on the same brainwave.
Guys, we're getting into our own language here now. I don't know what this has evolved into.
I think with all that goofiness and whatnot, we are technically over our mark.
Yep.
So we can wrap it up and say goodnight.
I do want to
Absolutely.
throw in one last thing really quick.
Let's go around the table. What do you got?
The video that we did for 406 Organics, that's actually all of our grow, all of our plants, all of our team that we have here. Picture of me and Ronnie, that's actually our other employee that we have out at our zoo location off of Frontage Road over there in the Future of Homes parking lot. We're out there Monday through Sunday or
Yeah,
Saturday,
definitely.
I guess.
So at the Zoo Drive
yeah.
Monday through Saturday, Tanaki is out at our Shepherd location on Sunday, and then Meg, she is out there at the Whitehall location on Sundays as well. So the Zoo Drive location is the only one that we shut down on Sunday, just because it, seems like nobody wants to go shopping for cannabis on Sunday very much, and gives us an opportunity for the employees to sort of get home early and do their thing for sure. But if the customers want to show up and be there, we'll
Hell yeah.
But-
Snarky, did you have anything to wrap up for the evening?
I don't think so.
Cool.
Just good night. Thank you for sticking around for all our shenanigans. Thanks for playing Stoner Trivia.
Oh,
There was a lot more people watching than playing. I see y'all.
Yep.
We do see you all.
And who do we have next week slated for next week? Do we know? So yeah, we've got Erica Ciate from Expo Realty. She's going to come in and let us know about some of the cannabis listings she has. She's been pretty influential in also selling, cannabis businesses, and of course the major listing that we have through Baseline Real Estate. She also is a co-listing agent on that one as well. So
Okay.
yeah, she also does a lot of lobbying for cannabis up at the Capitol. So she'll be up there working, I'm sure, this session. I don't know if she has any lobbying clients, but she's definitely somebody who's up there
I wonder
constantly.
if we can get any hot intel.
Yeah, and we'll have to definitely get that from her. And maybe, who knows, we could talk to her
Ooh.
about maybe being our gal on the street out there in the Capitol. So
Definitely. Oh, I like the way you think, Nate. What do you guys think out there? Should we get some reporters out there in the Capitol?
I think that'd be sick as shit.
That would be
That would
very
be helpful.
interesting.
That would be really cool. I feel like that'd be a fun step forward.
you guys want to get something directly from the Capitol, let us know, and we'll try to get out there and maybe put a Budcast on from the Rotundra. Irene, hello, sister. How's it going?
What is that? Michelle, did you have anything for us this evening before we wrap up tonight?
I guess I'll just say thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. We did a lot of our personalized videos and just wanted to show you guys what we could do when you come on and join us, so that we can have a little more personalized stuff from you when you send in your stuff. Helps get us get a little more personalized for you and what you want out of your songs or videos. So
Yeah, absolutely. We're calling
Yes.
you guys out, guests.
Yes.
In the future, we'd love to have more and more videos and content to create even better stuff for you. So
It's all to showcase you guys. We are terrible at asking ourselves our own questions.
And pretty
But-
soon we're going to have everybody up on this big TV back here. So your comments and everything are actually going to be a part of the program here. In addition, we're going to probably play some Family Feud style games in addition to Tanaki's trivia questions.
Ooh, fun.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Heck
Indeed.
yeah.
right.
All right,
Well,
guys.
Well,
Well-
with the last original Gigi song that we
Oh,
had.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're
Real
gonna
quick,
throw that last song
I will
out there.
throw in the quick wrap up here. We are going to throw on our original Gorilla Glue song. Please make sure that you listen to it all the way to the end and then let us know what you think. Did we do better? Was the last one you heard better? Was the old one that we did better? Let us know, please. And stay lifted, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.
Stay lifted.
Have a great evening. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Peace out.
Gorilla glue, we rolling up at noon. Sticky fingers twisted in the room. That fire green got me in the zone. Lifting high, yeah, we gon' be gone. From the jungle to the city light, cut it back again. All the high THC got me feeling right. Inhale deep, man, we out of sight.